Hello everyone, this is Aegon of Astora, and welcome back to my blind playthrough of Dark Souls 3. This is episode number 17, wow we're at 17 already, being recorded on Wednesday the 20th of April. Oh, 420, so happy 420 if you celebrate the day. But whatever the case, I hope you're all having a fantastic day today, whenever it is you find yourself watching this. As you can probably tell by my voice, I'm doing leagues better today than I was in the previous 3 or 4 days. And the reason for that is that I was able to convince my landlords to not have the heat blaring through the apartment building, my apartment building, when it's 20 degrees Celsius outside. So, big part of the reason why I felt so crummy in the last few days was that, I had to endure temperatures in excess of 30 degrees Celsius in my own apartment for several days in a row. And so the conditions under which I was recording were obviously not at all ideal, in that I had to wait until 3 or 4 in the morning until my apartment cooled down to the point where it was possible for me to even, breathe well. It's still, but yeah, it is currently 5 in the morning, and I've not yet slept, so as a result of being forced to become nocturnal in order to deal with the heat in my apartment, my sleeping schedule is totally out of whack. But with all that said, as I said in several of the previous episodes, the show must go on. Equally, I don't know in which direction the show is going to take, or in which direction the show is supposed to go. We have returned 2 of the Lords of Cinder, and if we're not counting Ludleth the Exiled, then we have two lords to return to their thrones. I don't know how far we are in the game at all. I don't know where we're supposed to go next, notwithstanding some of the more recent areas I haven't fully explored yet. So we're going to start off this episode by talking to some of the NPCs and hoping that someone has some guidance for us. Failing that, I guess we're just going to go explore some areas that I've not yet fully explored and look for clues or pathways to different areas in that way. So hope you will forgive me once again for not being perfect. That's really the point of this playthrough, is to go through the game and to make mistakes and to screw up. And that's why we named our build Regret, to remind ourselves that it's okay. That, you can never have a perfect playthrough in a game like this, and you never have a perfect first blind playthrough. And even if you're looking at guides or something, you're always going to miss something, so that's okay.
You oft the Lords of Cinder, the undead legion. So that's how they're delivered to their thrones. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward? I failed to thank you for helping them find their final resting place. I pity the sorry soul.
Interesting. He gives the Faron ring. A ring given to undead legion of Faron. Reduces skill FP consumption. The Abyss Watchers, for their hunting, required a sword technique that went beyond any existing art. Wolf's Blood provided just that, and this ring further extends the effect. So, no luck yet. Grey Rat we sent to Grey Rat to pillage the land of Irithyll, which I'm going to assume, if we're not able to find anything else, is probably where we need to go. but he's not yet returned. Our sorcerer friend over there is still dead. I no word of a lie, I go and I check every single time I'm here, just to make sure. I spent a fair bit of time looking through the place where we found Horace, trying to find Henri or any trace of her, hoping that I wouldn't find a corpse that is implied to be her. Not yet found her, so I don't know what happened with her and what happened with Horace to leave him, in the smoldering lake, sort of hollow. So no one has anything for us, eh? There is another NPC that I want to go talk to in hopes that she has some answers for us. So I believe it was, I don't remember what episode it was, episode 2 or 3 or something like that, where, excuse me, where we fought Bort of the Boreal Valley. And before we did that, we made our way into the Cathedral opposite Vort. And as we were doing that, my capture card started dropping footage for some reason. So, I don't believe this was caught on camera, my remarks, but I noticed that behind the woman who was sitting in the chair there, I can't see from here, but there was a ladder. And I also noticed a fair number of blood stains in the area. So, we're gonna go talk to her. So there's something else going on in this room, and yeah, there's this ladder here, which leads up to somewhere. And I'm hoping that she will grant us passage. Hi, friend.
What is wrong, unkindled one? Are you not a Lord Seeker? Head to the base of the high wall and seek the Lords of Cinder. Is this not the calling of your kind since ages past?
Praise the Master. I wonder, does she... Whoa! I wonder if she turns into a beast or something like that. Similar to Vicar Amelia. So either that or something else happens when we somehow stumble upon this area from elsewhere. And see, there's a ghost going up the ladder right now. Share your secrets, friend. So I really don't know where to go from here. But yeah, I can't think of anywhere else that we've left sort of hanging, so I guess we just have to go explore. Something else I noticed that, yeah, we have all these sunlight medals. So a medal received by members of the Warrior of Sunlight Covenant for victory over the final foe when summoned. The summoner also gains the same medal. The medal, engraved with the holy symbol of the sun, is slightly warm and reminds one of the great honor of a shared victory. Can we use it? Because if these are Covenant tokens, you can't use it. If these are Covenant tokens, that raises... the next question that raises is, where do you trade them in? Because when we just came across it in a room in the Undead Settlement that I missed the first time around. So we're supposed to go submit the medals to the... So this has me thinking that, yeah, I'm missing lots of stuff. And I'm sure you're all probably shaking your heads because you know all the stuff I'm missing. But again, that's the nature of this playthrough, and it will be... it's imperfect by design. I also need to get a new controller. It doesn't make so much noise. Human dregs, proof of a duty fulfilled by the Aldrich faithful who patiently await the Devourer of God's return. Dregs are the heaviest thing within the human body and will sink to the lowest depths imaginable, where they become the shackles that bind this world. Sounds like a very Aristotelian cosmological arrangement. So yeah, so we can see the Anorlando Keep, I think, in the background there. Unless that's the place where we fought. That might actually just be the place where we fought Pontiff Sullivan. Oh, how did I even... just walked right by you, didn't I? So I wonder what the significance of this is supposed to be. Looks a little bit like the Ruined Sentinels from Dark Souls 2. We're gonna walk right through him. Let's see where he goes. Oh. Alright. I guess we're not following him wherever he went. So this is a shortcut, but we've been through there and we used a homeward bone to get back rather than going through the shortcut, which would have been the smart thing to do, but we didn't do that, so... Funny that these guys ragdoll as well. Come on, friend. Don't be shy. I'm not a fan of those fire dudes. Did we not come up here previously? It looks like we're supposed to enter from somewhere else. Okay. I see a chest that we missed over there. Either that or it's a mimic that we used the hunter charm on. I can't remember. Maybe I should start killing the mimics so that we actually know what's been done and what hasn't. Because my memory is the worst. I have no idea if those actually work on them, but oh, I guess not. Let's try that one more time. I'm gonna be really pissed at myself if that's just a mimic that we left alive. Judging by the message I saw in front of it, I'm going to assume that that's the case, but might as well try to be thorough for once. That worked out much better. Except they're all coming after me now. Better make this quick. That is not a mimic, and I fell through a hole. Gosh darn it. Not off to a good start. We've made literally zero progression in this episode. Oh, come on. I like that last guy just giving me a little love tap before he jumped off the ladder. Good job, friend. And let's see if any of them are actually following us. You coming out? Can I equip my torch? I'm gonna equip my torch. Sorry, friend. Yorshka's spear. We'll have to figure out who Yorshka is. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here. So I started putting some levels into luck. in the hopes that, and by some levels, I think I mean, yeah, 2 levels, 3 levels in total I've put into luck. But I do want to increase it a little bit more to see if that might make our poison arrows a little bit more effective in actually proccing poison while we're dead here. Because as it stands with our current luck stat, and however that relates to the rate at which, or the efficacious, how effectively you're able to actually poison enemies, our present setup is simply not working. Because in some of these areas, just the way the enemies are set up, it's very, very difficult to take them all out reliably without also, okay, good to know. Without, yeah, just risking dying constantly. So if you're trying to explore these areas, the way they did the enemy placement really kind of runs counter to that. It really, in some areas, kind of discourages you from exploring. And like I said, offline, that's okay, and that's why I've been doing a little bit of exploration off camera. Because when I'm recording, I play a certain way, for better or worse. And I think that's true of pretty much everyone. If it's the principle underlying the idea of panoptic surveillance, that if you know other people are going to be watching you, then you change your behavior as a result. And again, for better or worse, because there are good aspects of that and bad aspects of that when it comes to this particular playthrough, but either this enemy is a single spawn that we killed the last time we were here, or it's something else. That's a very interesting variation on, yeah, the crucifixion of Christ. Although it could just as easily be that that was drawn from some sort of Eastern iconography that is being reflected here. But yeah, I think that this is just a unique corpse, because there's no, like, it's actually a part of the landscape. There's no ragdoll physics. Great heal. Glorious miracle used by high-ranking clerics. Restores a large amount of HP for self and those in the vicinity. Only a select few have learned to recite this epic tale in its entirety, but those who do are amply rewarded. Requires 25 faith, which isn't all that high considering what is otherwise suggested by the item description, but might as well check every single corner while we're here. I really hope there is a rusted iron ring somewhere in this game, because the lack of it, again, another thing that really makes exploration difficult. Or at least discourages it to a certain degree. So the results of that cave over there that we went in and we looted all the items previously, I do remember that. That one right there. And I believe this leads to either a shortcut or the bonfire. Yeah. I don't know if we amply explored this place, though. Rusted gold coin? Yeah, we missed a lot of loot here. Large titanite shard. Should have done that much earlier for the HP boost, because it really is substantial at later levels. I'm assuming it's percentage based, but oh, get out of here, mister. Not even remotely a fan of those guys. Interesting. Also wearing the Alva set. Okay, we've established that I have no idea how to parry that attack. So, whoa. Okay. I guess it didn't really matter. Oh, From Software, will you ever get NPC AI right? I don't say that as though I think it's this simple thing. Okay, mission successful, I guess. I've just always been really fascinated by not only AI in video games, but in particular how AI in video games move through the game space. An obsession, I think, born out of... Oh no, I'm sorry, friend. Oh, if I'd known that that was somehow keeping you together, I wouldn't have taken it. Oh no. Oh no. I don't like it. These look like the same corpses that we dealt with at the Cathedral of the Deep. But yeah, that interest was born with Counter-Strike back before it was unofficially sent, when it was just a mod for Half-Life, the original Half-Life, not Half-Life 2. I started playing Counter-Strike, I think, like the 5th beta or something like that. And when it was still sort of in its infancy, And this was back in the time of dial-up internet, so playing online was a huge challenge because the games were constantly laggy, and you never knew how well you were doing relative to the other people playing the game. And I had designs back then, I was like 12 or 13, on like becoming, a pro gamer, going to, there was no MLG back then, it was CPL, Cyber Athlete Professional League. And so, you are, oh crud. You are very, very scary. And I did not mean to fall down there. But yeah, so I downloaded, in the absence, oh no. I'm trying to tell a story, and you're scaring me. We have so many red moss clumps now, almost exclusively because of this enemy, or at least the leech part of it. But yeah, so when I wasn't able to go and play the game at, and this was also, so time of dial-up internet, also the time of internet cafes, when internet cafes were still a thing. Let's go to this one in downtown Toronto called Software Exchange. That was my favorite one. It was on Yonge Street. We just picked up the Sorcerer set. I'll finish my story and get to the item descriptions. But yeah, so I downloaded these because in addition to the crappy internet, I also had... I'm never gonna finish this story, am I? I also had a really crappy computer, and one that was ill-suited for running that game at a high frame rate, which of course you need to do if you're going to be competitive. So what I did was I downloaded basically really low poly models for the game so that it would run at a higher frame rate. And then when, get out of here. When I got sick and tired of dealing with the ping and trying to play online from home when I wasn't at an internet cafe, I played with bots. And at first they were just awful. They were really, really bad, and they just run into walls and get stuck, and I would look at them and laugh. But then with each subsequent update, I don't remember what who made it or anything like that, because this was almost 20 years ago. But yeah, I remember just with each successive update reading the update log and learning about how it was that they were doing the pathfinding for these NPCs. And so when I make fun of the NPCs, so this is all tying back together finally. When I make fun of the NPCs and their pathing in Bloodborne and Dark Souls games, I don't do it out of, haha, they're so stupid, they should be able to program them better, but out of an admiration and a fascination for bots in video games. What they represent and how incredibly difficult they are to program. Because whereas with an enemy like this, you can program a chain aggro for them that ensures that they'll never go beyond the confines of the environment that you've left them in. But when it comes to NPC summons and invaders, they have to be able to traverse the entire game world of whatever area it is you're in. So really, it's no simple feat, and my deriving so much enjoyment from their failures should in no way be interpreted as a slight to FromSoft, but just an admiration of the bots themselves, and of the enormous difficulty, the enormously difficult task of actually creating bots who can navigate the game world reliably without getting stuck or walking off cliffs. So with all that said, we're getting a lot of magic stuff here, so that's interesting. Great Magic Shield. Sorcery which improves upon Magic Shield. Greatly reinforces left shield with magic. Only Sorcerer Swordsmen with special duties are permitted the use of this spell, which temporarily grants even the smallest of shields fortitude more akin to that of a Great Shield. And we also picked up the Sorcerer set, I believe. Traditional traditional attire worn by sorcerers of the Vinheim Dragon School. Long ago, sorcerers were said to always dress properly, even while on distant journeys of discovery, even before such journeys were established curriculum. Let's get rid of these two things. Oh, that ghost scared the daylights out of me. This we can't open, we established that. Oh, crud. I don't care how many of my souls I spend on those blood red moss clumps. They're worth every single soul. Oh. Look, I see the guy around the left corner. I completely just run into the one in the right corner. Go figure. I did see those ones. Okay. You relax there, friend. Oh, unless it has the key. I'm sorry. Oh, FromSoft always making me do bad things for loot. Always. But really, I blame them, but the player has agency. To some degree. At least in terms of the details, maybe not in the overall, the larger overall narrative. No! Whoa, 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 what's training? Wow! Okay, we have basically no HP. I noticed that before. I was thinking, didn't we use an ember? Okay, so basically we gotta take these guys out really fast. Okay, that's gonna be a drain on the Estus flask. Dezo Penguin, I apologize sincerely for what I'm about to say, but this place seems to really invoke Tower of Latria. And I don't just mean in terms of aesthetic, which, you know, even though, again, I've never played Demon's Souls, I've related Tower of Latria to many different things. But mostly that was in terms of aesthetics or like a very particular set piece, like the Brain of Menses in the Nightmare of Menses. But in this case, it seems to be the design. Because if I recall correctly, and again, I've never actually played Demon's Souls, only watched playthroughs, this is very much the design of Tower Latria. The Tower of Latria, I should say. Oh no! Oh, it said... I thought it said talk, but it actually just said open. Okay, good. Should have seen that coming. Should have seen that coming. Okay, we've already been here though. We're fine. We're fine. So even before I was able to upload and publish the episode, I don't remember which episode was it was one of the previous few, where I asked for someone to explain the Estus refill mechanic, as it were. And I don't recall who it was. Sorry, I'm very sorry to whomever it was. But they stated that you get another charge of your Estus flask after, you know, killing X number of enemies. So in that way, something I pointed out was that, yeah, it makes a lot of sense because in Dark Souls 1, there was a very similar mechanic in place for soft humanity. But in Dark Souls 1, yeah, in Dark Souls 1, it wouldn't apply if you had already defeated the boss of the area. And I can't recall if that same way of doing it is applied here. Because I do seem to recall, while farming the Lothric Knights, getting another charge of my Estus flask, which is something that I did long after having killed the boss. So, I don't know. Again, that's one thing I'm okay with having spoiled. If someone wants to answer that additional question concerning the Estus refills, does it take place if the boss has already been killed? So we have two paths here. We can go across that bridge, or we can go here. Unless this is where... No, this is not where we came from. Unless it might be. It might be where we came from. Oh, I'm so silly. The bonfire's right there. Okay. Yeah, because we got knocked down right away, didn't we? Okay, that makes sense. So, across the bridge it is. This is probably a bad idea if they can do that attack at range. Yes, poisoned. Okay, so maybe we don't need to up our luck at all. Because it does seem as though maybe we've passed a breakpoint. Which is silly. There should never be any... Well... I guess I say there should never be any, but that's mostly because it's my chosen, my preferred method of cheese, and has been for several, for all of the Dark Souls games. And that's because, yeah, the first Let's Player I watched, I guess, or not, I don't even really like the term Let's Player. The first person whose playthroughs I watched really closely was Franz, a German spy, and he was always very, very keen on poison arrows. I didn't get into Marcus until much later, but that's also something that's a habit that I picked up from watching his videos as well. We're so brave, poisoning that thing and then waving from around the corner. So very brave. Does not open from the side, yeah. Okay, whatever is making that screeching noise is really creeping me out. It's not you. Sorry that I have to kill each and every one of you guys, but I don't know which one of you is going to turn into one of those. Oh, what the? Whoa. Oh my. Oh my. If you guys and girls could see the hair on my arms right now. Oh my god, it's looking at me. Oh my god, that is, oh my god. That is one of the, oh wow. Okay, I've been saying how every area is really scary and all that this whole time. That is the first time, once we grab the item, he's gonna come after us, isn't he? Pale pine resin. We can't lock onto him. Can't talk to him. Oh, that was... Oh my... Please tell me... Please tell me I'm not alone in thinking that thing is one of the creepiest things ever in a Souls game. Because, like, nothing in Bloodborne actually triggered a reaction like that in me. Nothing in any of the previous Souls games. Can't even fight these guys properly. I'm still freaked out by that. Wow. It's okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I wonder if that person got hit by the people in the cell. Oh, you're not a friend. Oh, you're already dead. Oh, that thing freaked me out. Notice that he's in a cell, he or she or it. I think it is much more appropriate. It is in a cell that... Oh god. Oh my god. Get away from me. Get away. Get away. Oh, I'm gonna assume he has some like amazing drop, but like I just don't even want to be in the same room as that thing, let alone aggro it. Were we down here previously? I don't think we were. Or we must have been. I'm so disoriented now. Yeah, we were down here. So disoriented. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have to kill him. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. We didn't have to kill him. We did not have to kill him. Oh. I'm sorry, friend. Oh, man. Oh, now I feel like such an ass. Even though that guy scared the daylights out of me. Why am I not hitting you? Oh, crud. There goes my HP. Very similar to what the... Oh my god, it's another one! It's another one! I don't want to... No! Oh, I don't want it. Oh, and he's sitting still. He's right next to a shiny. I wonder if he would have attacked me. If it would have attacked me, were I not to have mercilessly slaughtered his compatriot. Or its compatriot. I keep calling it a he, with no evidence really of any gender whatsoever. Oh my god. The things I do for crystal lizards. And it was even for material we have no need for. Oh, is it you making the noise? It is you making the noise. What are you holding in your hand? He has the Elder Scroll. Friend, hold it up a little bit higher if you don't mind. I guess there is some... looks like male pattern baldness to some degree, but also very inhuman at the same time. Oh, this one's not going to attack us. Looks like it's clutching an impromptu blade of sorts. I'm sorry I killed your friend. That was totally unnecessary of me. It's not open from this side. So yeah, I'm very interested to hear from those among you who have played Demon's Souls and who are familiar with the Tower of Latria about the extent to which this layout is... I suppose Tower of Latria, at least the part of it I'm thinking about, didn't necessarily have an outside part, so I guess that answers part of the question. I don't think we've seen this place yet. No, and there are shinies too. That looks like a Lord vessel. So no, I had no idea where we were when I was looking out that window previously. Jumping required ahead. Oh, I'm sure we're gonna find out. Oh, two can play at the range game, my friend. Two can play at that game. Especially now that I have poison arrows that work. I wasted that last one, though. Alright. Much too early. don't have the S's to be farting around like this. I don't know why I'm doing it. Again, you play differently when you know people are going to be watching you. And when you're trying to be mindful of yeah, the start and stop points for episodes and things like that. So like right now, my mind is most occupied with the fact that the present recording is at 1 hour and 14 minutes. Because I'm thinking in my head, trying to estimate how much of that time was me exploring and not finding anything that I can cut out, so as to, you know, come in right about an hour. But I also like to have at least one boss fight per episode. So on the other hand, on the one hand, I'm thinking this episode's gone on too long already. On the other hand, I'm thinking, oh, it would be really nice to finish off this episode with a boss fight. Whereas if I were playing offline by myself and not offline in the sense of off camera, online but by myself with no one watching, I might be more inclined to explore the area first before going for the boss fight. So I hope in the last few episodes I've done a better job of articulating why it is that I think some people have had gripes about the apparent lack of exploration, and and part of that is just me not having the greatest perception as well, but part of it is definitely my focus being split between viewing this as a series for YouTube and just playing the game for the first time. Estus Shark, very nice. So we have our Estus Flask at +6, which I assume means that +7 is where the cutoff is in this game, much like it was in Dark Souls 1. So I'm thinking, given the number of Estus Flasks that we have, they were probably going to run by these guys and see if they're guarding a bonfire, because I imagine that they are. Okay, I will take it. There's a giant here, some rats down there, bunch of shinies. So there's an enemy hiding in this tunnel here. But yeah, with all that stuff I just said, I am making more of an effort to explore more thoroughly on camera, in response to the feedback I received from the earlier episodes. But that isn't to say that you should expect to be perfect, because, yeah, I'm repeating myself over and over and over again here, so I hope that you don't mind the sound of my voice too much. I think I'm going to need to kill these guys to figure out where I need to go. Almost forgot that was a mimic. Oh, crud. Again, two can play at that game, friends, so... Or can they? Look at him, he's hiding behind his... Well played, friend. Don't buy. how we missed that. It's always nice, the enemies that have, when you roll around them, how they kind of, yeah, it staggers them momentarily. Very useful to use that if you're trying to get around big groups of enemies. If you notice that animation, make use of it. If you're in trouble, you can just roll towards them, and yeah, you'll interrupt most of their animations. It's not always the same, but I think that's a thing with the Bloodborne engine. I don't know if that's a thing in any game other than Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, but I could be remembering that wrong. Alright, so I guess we just try all of these different paths now. This is where we came in. So if that's where we came in, then we need to go down here, no? No, this is where we initially came in. I'm so confused. Oh, I guess you need to interrupt the poor sleeping giant in order to get that. Thank you. Oh, those are rats. Pickaxe. So either I've missed a bonfire somewhere, or we gotta be really close to the next bonfire. Certainly seen lots of items that I seem to have missed, but it could just be that we've not gotten to them yet. Soul of a Weary Warrior. Two chests, not a mimic, and a mimic. I know I said earlier that we should just kill them, but screw it. Not enough Estus to deal with a mimic right now. Dark Clutch Ring and Old Selkie. Beautiful. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh, classic Trollsoft. Classic Trollsoft. I've told this story in my casual playthrough of Dark Souls 1 of my first time playing a Souls game, Dark Souls 1, and I got cursed down in the depths. And, yep, that was not fun. I came very, very close to quitting the game. Oh, you guys are everywhere. I'm really hoping for some more Estus. Guys, I imagine we're very close either to a bonfire or a shortcut, but moss fruit. Wonder what that's for. We might even need to equip our talisman. Just to top us off. Ooh, and I believe we also have a ring which will regenerate our HP. So we have no need of the Estus ring presently, because we have no Estus. So let's change that, yeah, for the Sun Princess ring. Two HP per second, which isn't great, but certainly better than nothing when you have nothing else. I have to reorganize my inventory really badly. I keep saying that too. Okay, so I think this is a shortcut exit from somewhere. Actually, that might not be a good idea, because if they're able to cast their HP reduction spell on me, I'm screwed. So I can't heal after that. Let's see if there's a bonfire or a shortcut here. So another mimic? Wow. Let's see if the dual charms work as well. Never thought I would run out of Lloyd's Talisman. No, they do not. Interesting. I don't know if we're presently capable of taking out that mimic, because of the... I think the one mimic I fought, it had a lot of HP. So we'll definitely have to come back to that. I wonder if they're just going to keep respawning. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like they are. Crud. Oh no. Oh, it's bad. Got a Pyromancy. Large Titanite Shard. Large Titanite Shard. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that was dumb. Oh my god, that was really dumb. Run into the room with the mimic in it. Oh, I'm sure it's safe in here. Yeah, we're not equipped to deal with that, I don't think. We have no other healing wares. Yeah, they really did a good job, an excellent job of bringing back that trade-off that was kind of missing in Dark Souls 2. Because in Dark Souls 2 you could just rely so heavily on life gems. Which, as long as you weren't worrying about your soul memory, wasn't really a problem. You just buy infinite life gems. And yeah, a lot of people, I guess, justifiably criticize that because, yeah, it got rid of a lot of the tension inherent in previous Souls games by, yeah, although I guess not even technically in Demon Souls. That is created by, yeah, the scarcity of healing wares. And you know, you're often faced with a choice. Do I keep going and risk losing all these souls because I have I only have one swig of Estus left, or do I keep going and risk it? And that is definitely, they did a really good job of finding a sweet spot in this game, at least at present where I am in it. It could be that there are, 20 Estus flash shards in the game and that your Estus just becomes incredibly overpowered, but at present, at this point in the game where I am, I think that the balance is perfect. I certainly can't complain. Pale pine resin. The blood-red substance sometimes found within suggests there is more to this so-called resin than meets the eye. Oh, there were so many other item descriptions we needed to get to as well. I think we'll just have to do a big catch-up in the next episode or something. Distracted myself. I needed pine resin. Oh, this pine bundle. Yeah, the items don't seem to refill unless you run out of them, which I think is kind of dumb. If I'm understanding it correctly. Dragon Slayer. Oh, there's a ladder right here. How did I miss that? Alright. Why did he have 20 of those? It's an interesting drop. Or not even 20, 10. Large spear-like arrows enveloped in lightning created by the giant blacksmith of the gods. Can only be used with great bows. Lightning has been a weapon of Dragon Slayers ever since the time of Gwyn, the First Lord. It's interesting that his name seems to have been changed in retrospectively. Because when I hear the term Lord of Cinder, I of course associate it first and foremost with Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder. And it wasn't until embarrassingly late in my Souls career that I realized the significance of the name change to go from Gwyn Lord of Cinder, or to go from Gwyn Lord of Sunlight to Lord of Cinder. Lightning bolt. So we're finding lots of lightning stuff here, but we were also finding lots of sorcery related stuff. Earlier, we picked up Profaned Flame from down there. Pyromancy deriving from the Profaned Flame engulfs foes at range and burns them to ashes. The Profaned Capital was consumed by fire after Yorm the Giant became a Lord of Cinder. The fire born of the sky is said to have incinerated naught but human flesh. So, I wonder if we're at or near the Profaned Capital. Oh, crud, I know where we are. Okay, we already got that item. Okay, now we're going backwards. Okay, we need to recoup. I'm going to take a break for a couple of minutes, so I'm going to warp back to the Firelink Shrine. Okay, so we got the key that we needed. I just remembered that. I was thinking that we were going to go down the elevator shortcut that we opened up. But in fact, I don't think we need it. I don't think we need anything else down there. I think we've done everything. Not nice, friend. Because, yeah, we have the key we were looking... Oh, there goes our health bar. Really not nice. What does that smoke do, I wonder? Soldering iron. Branding iron used by the jailers prowling Irithyll dungeon. Press its searing tip against foes to inflict fire damage and temporarily block Estus healing. Are they holding bells too? No, they're lanterns. Wow, you are so creepy looking. Stay away from me. Hi, friend. Oh, you're not my friend. Don't do this, friends. You don't have to do this. Yep, turn around. Keep going. You really don't have to do this. Okay, I don't know why we're actually even here. I don't even think we needed the key for that. Jailbreaker's key. Well played. I don't think there were any keys over there. Oh, crud. Never thought I would get so much use out of blood red moss clumps. Never in a million years. Okay, so this door here is locked. I wonder if the other one is as well. Friend, why are you following me? Not very nice friends in this place, I must say. Although I suppose you could counter and say that I'm not being a very nice friend by backstabbing them. And that would be entirely fair. Alright, let's see if this other door works. Nope. So we still need a key for that, even though we got 2 keys. Let's try this. Oh, why am I even... Okay, let's try this again. So first things first, I believe there was a cell here that was locked. This one. It's still locked? Wow, we got 2 keys and neither of them is the one we need. Oh. Oh, and it makes you fat roll too. Okay, item descriptions first. Key to a cell holding thieves and the like. No, that's not what we wanted. Jailbreaker's key. Key to the barred window in the Irithyll dungeon. But the window only leads to a bottomless black pit below, and above, a paltry view of the ruined profane capital. The very architecture appears to be a cruel joke the jailers played on would-be escapees. So I wonder if we're going to plunge into the abyss or something by taking that exit. Key to the oldest cell in the Irithyll dungeon. The first prisoner of the dungeon was a lone giant. Cells for men were built at his feet. So we have 2 very specific keys. Oh my god. That hurts. That's not nice. Oh, and I can't heal. Oh, or... Okay. I guess we can heal, but... So we're basically red Tearstone mode until this wears off. I wonder if... I'm so excited to watch, once I've been through the game, to watch some speedruns. So I'm always amazed by how speedrunners are able to, make such effective use of mechanics that otherwise seem so incredibly, excuse me, so incredibly situational. Ella or Ella Jazz, I'm not sure how you actually pronounce the full name, but Ella is my preferred soul speedrunner. Oh, I'm lost again. Well, I'm afraid that's going to do it for this episode. No boss fight today, but next time we'll continue exploring the Irithyll dungeon and see what we find. So thank you all very much for oh no. I just realized Grey Rat hasn't returned to Firelink yet. I really hope that we don't find him here. But getting ahead of myself. That aside, thank you all very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.